Thinking, guys. Scenthound is thinking a lot today because this Nuit they say line. Nuit. Okay, how to pronounce that thing? Nuit means night. Looks like that to me anyway. Nuit they say line. This is very interesting for me because this bottle style and whole Liao De Se line, which is one of my favorite perfumes, the original 1994 Yuzu Bomb. Now, when they decided to launch the dark versions, and then they had this new line, so I think this is considered some kind of a flanker or a sub flanker or whatnot. So anyway, I always thought of it as like the black layout they say, but on closer inspection, so this is like something called the Nuit Disse line, and in this Nuit Disse line, they got a few what do you call it flankers under the title, namely the Perfume, the Pulse of the Night, Noah Argent, and Polaris being the most newest one, meaning that year 2020 is when this was launched. Okay, so more of an amber woody kind of a thing. Opens with bergamot, black pepper, cypress with a mid of cedar, patchouli, agar wood, and then a base of labdanum, amber, gurgeon, balsam, leather, and vanilla. Now, this perfume is kind of interesting to me because the word thinking comes a lot. I that's the summary of this review. Think is the summary of this review of Nuit de Se Polaris. Because when I first sprayed it on, I do make the mistake of bringing my nose too close when I spray it, because well, normally people will say that give the perfume time to sort of float up to your nose, right? But sometimes I spray and I immediately put my nose there, and then the alcohol smell or whatever, the pungency might be too strong. But I'm still guilty of it because I think one of the reason is perfumers, I think, know there are a lot of people like me, and hence that's why they have what's called an opening note, and they try to throw some things there that will really grab your heart, and then hopefully make you stay with the dry down. So what happened was, I when I first smelled it, I sort of got too close, and I felt this perfume is a bit on the pungent or a bit harsh, a bit too dark. Okay, but yeah, as a side note, I sort of bought these, that around the weeks that Issey Miyake passed away, and I sort of felt that I wanted to like kind of, yeah, just buy one Issey Miyake. Of course, I think it's now owned by another Shiseido company, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, just out of the spirit of the thing, right? So I already told you about the opening notes and mid notes and base notes, and I said about the keyword thinking. And interestingly, although the opening mentions bergamot, surprisingly, I don't get much of it. Okay, either it's my nose, or it's in very minute quantities, or sometimes perfume makers just like to sort of for fun or for whatever reason, they might not be very accurate in their description of their notes. So who do I see wearing this perfume? Okay, now I got to be very specific. This got all this whole leather, pepper, agar wood, those kind of incensey, that kind of vibe. And so to me, if like a teenager, teenager, young people wear it, it'll sort of seem like syntax error. Your brain will be sort of like a jam, brain freeze. It doesn't tally, right? So for youngsters, they better go for some lighter, easier going perfumes, more airy perfumes, those kind of things. For example, recently I had a look at Moschino Forever Sailing, right? Like a light, airy, breezy, fresh, minty, and all that. That'll go great with teenagers. The whole vibe of it. If a very old man were to spray that, it'll again create some syntax error in your mind. Although of course, ultimately you wear what you like, you do you, right? So I'm just talking about general feeling or emotions and such. So this would go great in like a middle-aged man, about 40 something, wearing a tweed jacket, some glasses, oink glasses maybe, the old style of glasses, salt and pepper hair, right? So he might be driving some classic Italian car, right? A kind of a maybe academic, intellectual kind of a person, that this would do great for him. And this would enhance his aura, because see, a good perfume can sort of enhance your aura. It can enhance your mood, your feeling, the activity that you want to do. You do it in a better way, whether it's you're at work, you're having fun, you're in a romantic environment. So perfume is always an enhancer if chosen in a correct way. So for somebody wanting to give off that intellectual aura, the mature kind of thing, then I think this would do well, right? It gives you that aura of wisdom, leadership, this kind of thing. And when I say leadership, I'm not talking about a young go-getter CEO, right? He might need something a bit more Dio Sawaji, if I might use the term, but a bit more mature, chairman of the board, or advisory role. They would do well with this kind of perfumes, because this perfume, I come back to that word, thinking. Okay. And people talk about a lot of things, experiences. They'll again, depending on your cultural background, people talk about marshmallows roasting in the campfire. Some talk about burnt corn cobs, various kind of fire, campfire, these kind of feelings. And some of the ingredients used here go way back, right? Leather, amber, all these things. So our memory, our olfactory memory of, I don't know, thousands of years back, we might get triggered in various ways with this smell. So how to say, it will create that feeling of warmth, of wisdom, of maturity, a lot of that. And so if you want to give off that aura, that kind of vibe, then I think this perfume would work for you. Now, as I said, I was guilty of putting my nose too close in the beginning, and it was like a bit too pungent. But the second time round, I gave it a bit of a distance, and I just sat quietly and slowly smelled this, and it was like, wow, if I want to sit and just think about stuff in a calm way, then this is a good stuff for that. And uh, how to put it, back to the thinking word, be it giving off the impression to others that you're a thinking kind of person, or be it you needing to have like a quiet moment to self-reflect or reflect about life in general. I think this would be a great kind of enhancer for that. This is my opinion, of course. It would be great if you guys can share in the comments if you what kind of feelings you got after spraying this on, and what kind of reaction people gave you, all this kind of thing. I don't see this as a very easy compliment getter as such, but for giving you a good mood, putting people in a good vibe, I think is great if used in the correct setting, like a library, a meeting room, a kind of by the fireplace, right? It goes well, gentleman's club. This goes well in those kind of settings, all right? But it's not so much of it's not like a bright, airy, young, teeny boppy, fun stuff. Not really, not really that kind of stuff. So okay guys, that's my sort of reflective, and you can see that it's taken a while, because as I said, it's a thinking reflection kind of a perfume, and so I had to sort of just sit in a corner, take it all in slowly, and sort of review this perfume. How much marks I'll give depends if you're, as I mentioned, in the category where this perfume is aimed for, the intellectual middle-aged man who's I've seen a lot of ups and downs in life, and he uses the perfume to just give the aura of maturity and calmness and all that, then this would be a 4 out of 5 for you. But for general, more young people, girls and all, I think it's for girls and all, probably I only give this a 1 out of 5, man. Come on. So this is when I say male perfume, yeah, these are what you talk about, male perfumes. Okay, I don't see these really working with girls. Okay, guys, thank you for spending your time and listening to my chat. Hope you have a good one. Thank you. Take care. Much love. Okay, before I end it, just to tell you the price, I paid about US dollar, let me think, about $80 for 100 mils bottle. Of course, depending on your country and your background and your taxes and all, the price might vary. Sort of average price, average upper price designer perfume. Okay, take care. Bye bye. Scenthound.